We were there for a historic promotion at Fort Hood today. Colonel Viet Luong received his star and became the first Vietnamese-born general in the U.S. military. The event was big for not just the newly promoted Brigadier General. As KXAN Sophia Beausoleil explains, Vietnamese Americans from across the state and from Austin took part in this event.
Hundreds of people from across the state, the country, and the world packed the stands here at Cooper Field at Fort Hood to listen to the general, watch him get promoted, and hear his words of encouragement to others.
For today, we honor and promote the first Vietnamese American to make flag rank, general officer rank in the United States military and in the United States Army.
It's a historic moment Wong Un couldn't miss.
We put the word out to the community and everyone was very excited.
She and about 90 others traveled with the Austin Police Department's Office of Community Liaison and several Vietnamese American groups from Austin to Fort Hood. They watched as the Army promoted Colonel Viet Luong to Brigadier General.
We're very proud to have one of our own have this high official rankings.
The general and his family came to the United States after the fall of Saigon in 1975. They didn't have much, but he was able to graduate college and then join the Army.
As a Vietnamese American and as an immigrant, you know, I'm a symbol of democracy, of freedom, of justice, of our Constitution.
A symbol Luong says he tries to live up to every day and to show others that they too can live the American dream. Reporting from Fort Hood, Sophia Beausoleil, KXAN News.
The general has served several tours in Europe, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and earlier today, U.S. Senator John Cornyn congratulated the general, saying this is a proud day for his family, the Fort Hood community, and the Vietnamese American community. He said, "I know the 1st Cavalry Division at Fort Hood will continue to be well served under Lieutenant General Luong's leadership." Brigadier General Luong's leadership, I should say. Today's promotion comes after years of hard work. Many Vietnamese Americans, like General Luong, came as refugees after the fall of Saigon nearly 40 years ago. That's when the communist North Vietnam took over the non-communist South at the end of the Vietnam War. Today, more than 1.5 million Vietnamese Americans live here in the U.S., and many settle here in Texas. Today, about 211,000 call the Lone Star State home. We're only behind California, but even after a surge of Vietnamese refugees settled down, their population continues to grow. Here in Texas, the population grew by 56% over 10 years. Earlier this year, the Vietnam Memorial was unveiled at the state capitol. Many were excited about this honor, but some in the Vietnamese community did not approve of the design. They say the original plan to include a South Vietnamese soldier was scuttled in favor of an Asian American from Texas. The monument pays tribute to the 3,417 Texans who died in the Vietnam War. 105 Texans are still listed as missing. The Vietnamese-born general also reminded us of another recent promotion at Fort Hood. In June, Fort Hood's Major Chrissy Cook became the first woman to qualify to command a Bradley fighting tank. It's a position the Army just recently opened up to women. Once Major Cook is called to combat, she'll take on several challenging roles, including infantry battle, surveillance, and artillery operations.